free.
No, it was a scam because you got mad at me. Because, all right, so it was a very weird situation.
It was a scam because you got mad at me. The
I'll
definition
explain.
of a scam.
So there were, we weren't really like friends with this kid, but we were like friends with the guy who kept an eye on him.
Sure.
Because the guy who kept an eye on him really liked video games, and we were like, yeah, Nintendo's great.
You used to get Nintendo Power.
No, once in a while. When I was
Guys,
good.
this is not interesting.
Well, we haven't hung out in a while. We're just sort of catching up,
cool.
too. Thanks for coming to 2 hours of us catching up. It's not my fault you guys don't have podcast friends you could have teamed up with and had to get me.
So you sold him Super Mario Brothers 3 for $40. And
That seems like a good deal.
Not for him. And
Yeah, for me.
And I pointed that out to him. I was like, you can
I do
buy
remember
this
this
game
now.
for
I
$50
do remember this
new.
now.
And you were like, shut the hell up. And I was like, you can buy this game new for like $10 more, Mr. Nichols. Also, I don't think you should be buying things from kids.
That last part I don't agree with, but yeah, why did you do that?
Because I thought, like...
It's not my obligation to tell them all of the retail stores and what their prices are.
Well, like I said...
I'm just trying to sell Super Mario Brothers 3.
This man was a friend of mine, and I wanted to look out for him.
Wasn't I your friend, Tom?
Not better than Mr. Nichols. You also tried to lend me the same Super... You had like a bunch of Super Mario Brothers, and you somehow got it back from him, I think.
I do think I do.
But you kept the money. I think you told him...
I'm sure someone in the school was like, what are you doing? Give that kid his game back.
I feel like...
And then ask me for the $40 back, and I probably spent it on like a Silver Surfer action figure or something like that. It's not like I had the money.
I feel like you told him, oh, no, there was a misunderstanding. It was $40 to borrow it. And he was I can't, like, argue with this kid. I shouldn't have exchanged money for anything with this child on the playground anyway. So I've really backed myself into a corner.
Well, I'm very proud of myself for doing that, but I think a lot of that was your fantastical imagination, imagining me being like, and how am I going to scam $40 out of Mr. Nichols, a teacher I can barely even picture in my head right now.
You tried to lend me Super Mario Brothers 3, but you were like, if anything happens to it, you owe me $50.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I was like, no, I'll replace the game. You're like, nah, $50. And
Well,
then I
I
became real suspicious that you had you had sabotaged the game. So something would happen, and you would get that $50.
That's called friendship, Tom.
Yeah.
I know people were laughing and stuff, but that was really boring, guys.
Tim, you have any good scams that you've...
No, but hold on. That, like, Mr. Nichols learned a hard lesson, right? Like, never do...
Yeah, he's still in jail.
...commerce with a child.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he learned that lesson. Maybe.
Hold on. He got a fine fucking deal. He bought a used game for cheaper than he could have at the store. There's nothing wrong with that.
He could go to Funko-Land to get that for $15.
Funko-Land didn't exist at the time. I was Funko-Land.
And he didn't get a good deal because he had to give you
All
the
right,
game back.
That's not my problem.
Anyway, Tim, you have any scams you've fallen for? Or
I haven't. I don't fall
Oh, wow.
for...
It must be nice being so smart.
One time I got a phone call when I was like 2...
Years old? I doubt it.
People were
Are you trying to pull a scam on us right now?
And I must have been like 14. Like my phone in my house rang, and I picked it up, and they were like, "You won a cruise." I was like, "Bullshit," and hung up. And then they like called back a second later. They're like, "No, seriously, you won a cruise." So I gave them all my information. But then...
you, the 14-year-old, not like your family.
Right. I gave them our information. Just like address and like, I don't know.
Social
the
security
name.
number.
I don't, you know. Then I got scared and I did star 69 and I called them back and I said, like, delete all that stuff. And they were like, okay. I guess you guys
Tell us how our story was really boring again,
yeah,
Tim.
I guess so. Tom, you're always looking to scam your friends, I feel like.
I wonder where you learned that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you remember when we, Tom and I were, Tom was the vice president of the, whatever class we were in.
United States?
It was years running, right?
I was the president, Dan.
That's what I said. What did I say?
Vice president.
Well, we all know how this really works. Tom was the president, I was the vice president. And
is that why you have the shorter chair?
that's why I have the shorter chair. And remember the time that we had to decide who was going to volunteer to miss like 2 periods to like overview the student ID making process?
Yeah.
And we just picked us for like 3 days straight. I can't believe they let any children oversee that. All we did was like draw on people's IDs and swap the photos and make fake IDs for everybody. But not fake IDs where you could...
Fake school IDs.
Fake school IDs, like, ooh, they're in 9th grade, really.
You're not... Your name's not Doug, it's Justin now.
Do you remember, though, that we broke the machine?
Yeah.
Because we were trying to laminate candy?
Yes, I do.
You can't laminate candy. The same mechanism that melts the plastic, like, really melts the candy. And then the machine stopped working.
And that very nice woman who was tolerating our complete dickheadry was really upset. Can you imagine having to explain that to your boss? Like, yeah, I just let these 2 kids just put candy right into the machine.
They seem to really enjoy operating the machine. They have been doing it for 3 days, getting progressively more dangerous with what they were doing with it.
We started with keys, which was, probably an outlier in the things that you can put through a laminator without damaging both the laminator or the machine.
That's really on the line there.
I'm surprised it took us that long to get to candy, though. We probably didn't have any candy, or we would have eaten it.
Yeah.
I wonder if she brought us the candy.
I think she did, because it was like old lady candy.
We'll show this asshole. Thanks for this candy, you old shit.
We're going to give it back to her. We didn't like it. Here it is laminated.
Well, no, I thought that's why I thought it was going to be. I think we were like, oh, this will be funny. I still think it's really funny that we laminated the candy. Let's put it in the machine. Who knows? This thing could only cost probably like $600 or $700, right?
She seems like she's really into like lamination humor. She has this machine. She'll appreciate it.
Wait, was she there the whole time with you?
Yeah, but
what the hell kind of job is it that you bring a lamination machine somewhere, let somebody else run it while you just sit there?
There was no reason for us to be there at all.
Yeah, like
especially for 3 days.
Yeah, like we were just doing. I think that was supposed to be 100% her job, and we just took it over. And she was like, "Great."
I remember another scam we ran. Our ska band had a show with, we might have already talked about this, with a mustard plug. That was the same day as the homecoming dance. And it was our job to sell tickets to the homecoming dance.
Yeah.
So we only sold them in between periods on the 3rd floor rather than selling them like during every single lunch period. So we sold no tickets, so we had to cancel the dance so our band could play the show.
That was a great show, too.
I don't know if that's a scam as much as, is that a scam?
That's just being shitty
That's
to your classmates.
Well, the show was great and Mustard Plug was great.
I thought you were like trying to say that there was like competition between seeing the ska band Mustard Plug and going to homecoming.
No, we'd have to go because we were on student government. Student government like oversaw the event and had to like hang up the decorations and stuff.
There's a lot of pageantry and shaking hands.
That's more of corruption than it is a scam.
Yeah, we were big on corruption, me and you. We were very corrupt. We would like always volunteer to be the people taking tickets at any events, because you would have to buy tickets in advance. Because like I think the actual reason was, well, if we sell tickets at the door, gang members could come. Gang members could just come buy tickets day of and come in.
I don't know if anyone ever thought that.
Somebody told me that.
What gang members want to go to the debutante ball at the Babylon High School?
So we were like, oh, this is...
And you think like not being able to buy tickets, they're like, fuck, we were going to go in there and destroy this dance, but we didn't get tickets in advance. God damn it.
So we would always volunteer to be the ticket takers, and then we would have to be the people that would have to turn away people who thought they could buy tickets at the door. So we were like, this is really shitty for them. We should sell them tickets, but we'll get in trouble for doing that, so we should keep the money that we make.
It was a solid logic, and one I still stand by.
We made, like, the one time we made, like...
Shut the fuck up, Tom.
What? The statute of limitations.
You don't know anything about law. Don't just throw around a word you hear on CSI or something.
We made enough money that it would be a felony.
I don't think embezzling money has a statute of limitations.
We went up to...
We made no money because that would be a terrible thing for us to do.
We made whatever...
Candy in the laminator machine, no one's going to come knocking on the door, but...
We made up to $1 less than whatever you have to file charges.
Cool. Good covering our bases there, Tom.
When I was, actually, I don't know.
That was a good scam. That was maybe the most successful scam that we ran in high school.
Yeah. We've gotten way better since, as evidenced by everybody here.
Yeah. This is actually a very frustrating episode because I really want to talk about some scams, but I would go to jail.
You change some details.
I'll just say you did it.
Yeah, say I did it.
No, I can't risk it.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
I'm glad you
I know
brought
this
it
is like
up
saying
then.
I'm literally saying I have a secret and I can't tell you, but I have a secret and I can't tell you.
So it's like an ongoing scam.
It involves Tim.
Does it?
No, I wish it did.
Tim's the victim. He spent the last 20 years thinking he's going on a free cruise soon. I have a list that I'd like to go over of some of the scams that I've pulled.
Wow.
And I don't think I've ever discussed any of these scams.
Okay. Brand new scams, everybody.
So I had the first idea to come up with a fart app for your phone that would make a fart sound.
You're everyone's uncle right now.
Yeah. And they rejected it.
Oh, like you
Wait,
made
this is
it.
real?
Yeah, I made it. Like as
It
soon
wasn't just like late night at a bar talk. Like, you know what
No.
people want? Make fucking fart noises with their phones.
What was the reason for the rejection?
No farting. No farting.
That was the official email from Apple?
Yeah, it just said no farting. It was in the subject line. There wasn't even anything in the message.
This is why if you were a Droid user, you'd be a millionaire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the reason why this is like kind of a scam was because I was working for Apple at the time. So I learned how to make an app, made the fart app. They rejected it. So,
What was it called?
Fart, I think. No, it was called Fart because that was the other thing. I was thrilled. I was like, there's not an app just called Fart yet. And if you search for Fart, you're going to be like, oh, there it is, Fart. That must be the official one.
I love the usual suspects moment of you like laying in bed being like, oh my God, it's all coming together.
Yeah. And I was like, I need to learn how to program in Objective-C tomorrow so I can make this. They rejected it.
Do you have that email?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't, it's probably not that fun to read.
Well, does it say like your app fart app or your app fart?
Yeah. Like, we're sorry to inform you we had to reject your app Fart.
See, I think that would actually be pretty funny to read.
So I changed it to an app that just made a sad trombone sound that just went wah, wah, wah. And I don't think I've ever said anything. I made $10,000 off that app.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a scam. Again, that's just commerce, Tom.
You just hate getting a good deal. Hold on, how did you market that one?
I called it Fart.
Wait, the problem wasn't with it being called fart. It was the sound.
It was that it made a fart. Well, the sound of a fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were fine with. So did anyone write back being like, "Oh, this is a trombone"? This isn't a fart.
No. It was called sad trombone.
So it wasn't called fart.
No. The fart.
All right, moving on to the next scam.
Hold on. When did it teeter off? Why do you think sales dropped off?
I mean, are there any search engine optimization experts here?
Seems like a scalable idea. You could have like had an in-app purchase of the trombone like going up.
This is before in-app purchases.
Oh, Tom, I know a scam that you pulled along the same lines. You made another app.
Yeah.
That you claimed was like a private browser for iPhones.
Yeah, this is before they had the private button.
Right. So you I don't know, somehow I programmed an app or something.
Yeah,
I don't know that
I-
you're
yeah.
a coder or anything. And you made it,
Yeah.
and you were like, go do it. And did you make money off that app? Because you showed it to me, and you had me download it on my phone, and you're like, now go to a porno video. So I was like, okay, all right. And then you're like, all right, now close it out and go try to find it in your search history. It's not there. The porno video's gone. But then at random times when I'd just open an app,